I just discovered EFT tapping this year, and since doing it, I've been able to manifest so much change in my life. I'm talking about unexpected cash coming my way, zero anxiety episodes, and truly being so in tune with my body so I can actually change my life. And this has been a very highly requested video, which I'm finally creating for you. And I'm gonna go through in today's video, first of all, what EFT tapping is, why it's so beneficial when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind. Then I'm gonna go through the 5-step process to do EFT tapping because there's different versions and variations and structures that you can do. And then finally, we're gonna finish today's video with a 5-minute guided EFT tapping session when it comes to money mindset. And I'm so excited for the guided meditation because this is the exact one I've been using that's allowing me to attract unexpected cash and just improve my money mindset so much more. So make sure to stay to the end because it's gonna be a really good one. So let's just get right into it because there's a lot I wanna go through and a lot I wanna cover. So first thing is, what actually is EFT tapping and why is it important? So EFT tapping, it's an emotional freedom technique where you're basically tapping on 9 different meridian points on your body while you're pairing it with affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind. And when you do that, it basically restores the balance of energy happening in your body. So if you experience a lot of tension, tightness in your body, you feel like your nervous system is very, very dysregulated. And if it's very dysregulated, especially with a specific topic or situation in your life, let's say once again, when it comes to money or relationships and love or physical health, you feel that tension, that tightness in your body. That is what EFT tapping is for and what it's about. I literally had chronic anxiety for close to 10 years. And after doing EFT tapping, I've released so much of that tension out of my body. And not just that, I've reprogrammed my mind so much more. So the reason why EFT tapping works really well is because it combines 2 methods. It combines body stimulation when you're actually tapping on your body physically, paired with cognitive reframing. So the first part is body stimulation. So this is a picture of the 9 different meridian points that you're basically tapping on. So the first one is gonna be on the outer side of your palm of your hand. And then we have the top of the head. Then we have the top of the eyebrow, and I kind of like to do the middle center of my forehead, the side of your eyebrow, underneath your eye, under your nose, your chin, your chest, and this is a big one because I feel a lot of tension in my chest, and then the side of your body right below your underarm. Now, when you're tapping at these 9 different meridian points, and they're also called acupuncture points, what it's doing is turning on your peripheral nervous system and calming down the nervous system. So when you are very tense, you are in, once again, fight, flight, or freeze mode. The minute that you start tapping, it starts to send signals through your peripheral nervous system up to your brain, telling the brain to the body, hey, you're okay. So your body's nervous system starts to calm down because it knows, okay, I am safe now. Everything is okay, because it's literally, it can feel that vibration when you do those tappings all throughout your body. Now, when you pair the tapping with cognitive reframing, which is basically bringing awareness to your emotions, your fears, your limiting beliefs, and you're acknowledging it and instilling new affirmations, you're putting basically a different perspective on how you're feeling. That is when you actually start to reprogram the subconscious mind. Because if you watch my previous video, I talked about your subconscious actually lives in your body. It lives in your nervous system. And that's why when you want to change, you want to do something new and different, you feel that tense feeling, not in your mind, but in your body. So when you do the tapping while pairing it with the cognitive reframes, that's when your subconscious actually accepts it to be true. And over time, the resistance and the feeling, the negative feeling that you might have around money, around love, around relationships, that starts to disappear. Now I want to get into how do you actually do an EFT tapping session. So there's 5 steps to do a correct version of EFT tapping, because there's a lot of different versions that I've read about, I've watched on YouTube, but I found this method actually supports all of the different emotions and feelings that you're actually experiencing in your body that causes like long-term change and to really regulate your nervous system. So I'm going to go through these 5 steps, but I always love to say I personally like to script out my EFT like tapping sessions, and then I'll record it and listen to it while I'm doing the EFT tapping, because if you're trying to like memorize it, it's kind of hard, because once again, there's different like phases that you're going through when you're doing the EFT tapping. So I recommend scripting it out. So the first step, and what I kind of call like round 1, is first acknowledging the fear and acknowledging how you're feeling. Now, when you're doing round 1, you're basically inducing yourself into the EFT tapping session, and the only place you're tapping is right here. And this is what people call like the karate chop, or like the outside of your hand in your palm, and you're just tapping here. Now, while you're tapping, this is where once again you're bringing awareness to how you're feeling and accepting the feeling. When you resist how you're feeling, you get more tense. So for an example, you could say something like, even though I feel anxious around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That's part of the guided one that I'm going to be doing here at the end. Or you can say something like, if you're struggling with like self-love, self-confidence, you would say something like, even though I struggle with self-confidence, I know I'm worthy of love. Now, usually when you're doing round 1 and acknowledging the fear, I like to have like 3 to 5 statements where I'm acknowledging and accepting it to be okay. Now, of course, you can do longer EFT sessions, but I find 5 minutes is like a good time frame to do it, and you can always like do it twice, like do 2 rounds of it, but like 3 to 5 statements for round 1. And then round 2 is naming what is really there in your body and in your mind. So after round 1, you no longer need to tap on the outside of your palm, but now you go through the next 8 meridian points of your body. So you go through the top of like your forehead, above your eyebrow, side of your eyebrow, beneath your eye, under your nose, your chin, your chest, below your armpit, and then tapping on your head. So you're basically going through rounds as you're saying the new statements. When you're naming what's really there, these are like the beliefs, the emotions, once again, the physical symptoms you might be feeling in your actual body, and what's causing like the real anxiety and dysregulation. So for an example, this might be, you might say something like, the tightness in my chest when I think about money, because that's how you feel when you think about money. The feeling of emptiness when I come home every single day. Maybe it's like the part of me that doesn't trust abundance is real. So now you're kind of like facing the real fear, emotion, belief, what is actually happening once again with like the situation or thing that you might be experiencing. Now, round 3 is creating real safety in your body. And now for the rest of the EFT session, you're just basically going to keep going through like the 8 different meridian points. Once again, you never go back to the palm. You just keep cycling through until you're finished. So this is where you're saying it's okay to like do certain actions. You're creating that safety to tell your body that like, hey, it's okay to like think differently. It's okay to believe differently. It's okay to be safe when you're doing that. So for an example, I might say something like, it's okay to spend time by myself. Or I am safe even when I'm not in control. I am safe to spend money. That's part of my EFT money regulation session. So just creating that safety in your body. Round 4 is now all about reprogramming the subconscious mind. This is where you start to instill the new beliefs, the new affirmations, because after 3 rounds, when you get to your 4th one, your body really starts to feel calm. So when your body is calm, it's open to your new programming. So that's where you want to instill the new empowering beliefs, emotions, and even the new experiences that you want to start to have. So I might say something like, my subconscious is learning that wealth is my natural state. I let go of the need to fix myself because I am already enough. I can rest knowing everything is taken care of me. Whatever you want to now accept to be your truth, whatever you want to live by, that's what you do in round 4. And then finally, round 5 is anchoring in the new belief. So I really love to focus now on like different parts of my body and how I want it to feel. Because once again, EFT tapping, it's all about regulating the body, calming it down, and instilling those new programs in different parts of the body. So once again, it's like where I am feeling the most like tension, where I hold the most tension, that's what I'm actually going to verbally state. So it might say something like, every cell in my body now vibrates with safety and wealth. My heart is open for abundance. My nervous system is calm. My chest feels so open and free. All of the things that you now want your physical body to feel in correlation with what it is that you have now reprogrammed yourself to do. Now, wherever I finish EFT tapping, wherever I'm tapping on my body, right when I finish, I'll put my hands on my heart. I'll do 2 inhales, 2 exhales. I'll probably have my eyes closed and I will say, I am safe. I am calm. I'll say that twice. And that for me kind of just like anchors in the session and it closes the session to a really good point. So that is how you structure out your own EFT tapping session, and you can do it for any area of your life. But what I want to do now is I want to do a guided session for you guys. This is a 5-minute EFT tapping session focused around your money mindset. So if you feel tense just about money, you want to, just expand your financial abundance, you want to make more money, you want to attract unexpected money, do this session with me. So what I'm actually going to do, once again, I listen to myself saying it when I'm doing it, but just the case for this video, I'm actually going to be looking at my laptop while I physically show you how to do the tapping. So what I recommend doing is just doing it with me and watching the video if, once again, you're new to EFT tapping and you've never done it before. Or if you have done it before, you can close your eyes and you can just listen to me and go through the different meridian points as I'm speaking. So let's begin. Even though I feel anxious about money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my brain still runs the old story that money isn't mine, I'm teaching it that safety and abundance are the new normal. And even though I fear not having enough, especially with all of the expenses that I spend every single day, I choose to honor how I feel right now. The tightness in my chest when I think about money, the fear that it could run out, the belief that I have to control it or I'll lose it, the part of me that still doesn't trust abundance, the part that learned I have to earn safety. I see that old programming. I don't shame it, I just notice it. My body's been protecting me with scarcity energy. I'm teaching my body that money is safe. It's okay to receive. It's okay to spend money. It's okay to rest while money flows in. I am safe even when I'm not in control. I am safe to let abundance support me. I'm safe to share abundance with my partner, family, and friends. Money is a neutral energy, and I get to decide what it means now. My subconscious is learning that wealth is my natural state. I can feel safe and worthy no matter what's in my bank account. Money flows through me like breath, effortless and infinite. I'm rewiring for trust, safety, and overflow. I let go of the need to fix money. I let it be easy. I'm worthy of more than enough simply because I exist. I am safe in abundance. Every cell in my body now vibrates with safety and wealth. Money and love are both infinite energies, and I allow both to flow. My nervous system is calm. My heart is open. I'm supported by life, love, and by money. Abundance is my baseline. I trust it. I receive it. I radiate it. And so it is. I am safe. I am calm. I am safe. I am calm. Now you can do this for as many rounds as you want. Of course, we just did it for one round, and I think that was like 4 to 5 minutes, and you can already feel the relaxation, the calmness. I don't feel any stress, any anxiety, anything. And after doing this for even like a week straight, you're gonna feel such a big shift and a difference. So also save this video. You can come back and do this session over and over again when it comes to money. But that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't watched this video, make sure to watch it next. I love you guys so much. And until next time, make sure that you stay unforgettable.